Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be a two-part series on using AI to then produce a product to then, well, list it up onto Etsy and your own Shopify store or whatever store you go, whether it's Wix or whatever. So in this video, we're going to start off, it's going to be a two-parter. The first one is we're going to be using ChatGPT or Copilot or something along the lines of that to create our product as a image, and then we're then going to head over to Hyper 3D. This is not sponsored, I paid for everything out of my own pocket, and basically we're going to then convert it into a product, well, into an STL, a 3MF, whatever it is that you're going to end up doing, and then we're going to be printing it out, making sure that our settings are correct and everything for the product, define it, make sure that it's also unique too, and then we're going to then obviously take some photos of it. I'm going to walk you through how we take photos and list it on Shopify, how we use AI to help list our items on Shopify in the correct way, not just regurgitating words. It's actually going to have information about the product and how you're going to want to list it, so it comes to like your meta descriptions for Shopify, your Shopify tags, like the Google Analytics when it comes to that kind of stuff to help when it comes to actually creating this product. I'm going to provide my prompt, and then when it comes to Etsy, also the same thing, using AI to help us list on Etsy the correct way. Even though Etsy is trying to change the way that you do your titles, don't listen to them, they are wrong. Ironic saying that they don't know their own platform, but hey, anyway, but then I'm going to go through all of that stuff to show you. Okay, camera, thank you for tracking me. Also, to add, we do have a growing Discord community, so make sure you join down in the link in the description or in the pinned comment. There's also, if you do like this style of content, make sure you leave it a like as well as a subscribe. And if you've used this to create some products for yourself, please leave a comment down below, because it could be quite interesting to see how people utilize AI to then create products for their store. So here we are upstairs in my office. We are about to go ahead and use AI to prompt how we make the product, as well as basically the entire process. But obviously we have to come up with the idea. Now, my missus, she is absolutely obsessed with pumpkins. One thing that I was thinking that might be a good idea is if we basically make a pumpkin styled ring holder. Nice, easy, simple, first design, and there isn't really much that I'm needing to do. So what I'd like realistically is a pumpkin in the middle, and then basically a bowl that goes around the outside for the rings to sit in, or whatever that she wants to use it for. Here we go. So I'm going to use Copilot. You have Copilot on your Windows machine. If you have a Windows machine, if you've got a Mac, then I don't know. You can use any program you want, but in this case, I am going to be using Copilot because it's free. Why not? What we're going to type in here is I want to create an image of a pumpkin styled ring holder. A dish with a pumpkin, pumpkin in the middle, and have the dish in the style of a pumpkin too. All right, spelling mistakes. Let's just see what it's going to create. Here we've got actually a pretty decent design here. That doesn't look half bad. Please remove the rings in the middle on the pumpkin. You obviously want to sit there and refine it and basically make it how you want it to be like. So you can do this with anything realistically. When Halloween comes along, you can ask it to make a cute kawaii ghost. If you've got a 0.2 nozzle, then you could print out earrings. That's a pretty great thing. In fact, ironically, that is what I did in my first year. That is generally what I was doing. And my missus was like, oh, it's so cute. And then we actually end up selling quite a decent amount to her friends and whatnot. And that's kind of like the best thing, is cute, quirky things. Yes, it's made out of plastic, but it also means it's lightweight. I know what I'm saying is quite feminine stuff. You can also change it to, you know, more guy things if that's something that you want to do, like a controller holder or anything. So I like this one quite a lot, actually. This, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead with this one. So I am gonna download this and save it. What we're gonna do is head over to Hyper 3D Creator. So I did actually pay for it, I think for about a month, just to see how it works out. So if we grab our image, we can do image to 3D. You can always try to remove the background. Now there is websites out there that can help you, and so can Windows actually help you remove the background. If we open up our pumpkin style here, so this is literally just a Windows photo opener or whatever. If you click on edit at the top left hand corner, and you can actually remove the background fully in its integrity, just like so. And then if you just save as copy, yeah, sure, why not? No BG. Okie dokie. Awesome. And then boom. Okie doke. So this is now the file. And then let's create. Let's see what it does with this item. It is now creating the results. Let's see what it has done for us. So it's got the plate, the pumpkin there. Actually, this is perfect. Wow. Look how good that looks. Okay, so one thing we're going to need to do is mess with the bottom of the plate, but this is perfect. You got the curviness of the ring of the stem here. Wow, look at that. Okay. I shouldn't be this shocked, but I'm shocked. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm not sponsored by these guys, by the way. I paid for this all myself. I always just go for the highest quality that I can do. It's just like, why not? But this looks awesome. I absolutely love this. You can retry it, what, 20 times for free? That's also pretty cool. But this is basically one-to-one of what I wanted from this. So cool, let's confirm this. And now it's gonna sit there and generate. If you haven't already, I have actually created a Discord community. If you want to have a chat with me, ask me questions or anything along the lines of that, feel free to join the Discord. I'm trying to get it to grow so that we have a good amount of people in there who have knowledge about 3D printing as well as the e-commerce side of things. So if you guys have got any questions when it comes to that, it'll be really cool to get you in there basically and ask away. So it's finished creating it. Look at it all. Oh, bro, that looks awesome. What the heck? Okay, that's perfect. So I'm happy with this. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Let's just go down the STL route. We can color it inside of, what's it called? Inside of Bamboo anyway. So I think this generates a color image, but it's already created it. So yeah, we downloaded it as an STL. So let's go and see what it looks like when we open it up inside of a Bamboo Studio. This looks awesome. It's got almost a million triangles, so we know it's pretty curvy. So realistically, how big are the dishes? Boom. All right, that's pretty good. How about we try to make it so we can fit multiple on a plate? So if we want to fit 4 on a plate, right? So you'd want it around about 12 centimeters in size. 12 centimeters. And then we should, if I was to, so obviously we're making it so that it turns into a product that we can basically mass print. So we need to be able to fit as many as we can actually on the plate itself. So if we click fill bed, perfect, 4. That's exactly what we want here. Okay, so there is a few problems with this that I can see, just that we can prep and get ready for it. The first thing is the base. The base, it needs to be flat, and we need to make it so that it can sit nice and flush. So if I actually had supports turned on, and we also want build plate only, if we turn this on, you can see right here that the underneath looks absolutely horrendous, and we do have quite a chunky overhang here. We can have a look at that when it comes to it. Let's just have a quick look at the pumpkin itself. Does it float? The pumpkin is actually floating. So in this case, it actually works out in our favor. So if we right click and we can actually split it into objects, it should, because they're not touching, turn the pumpkin into a separate base than the actual, well, base itself, which in this case is very beneficial for us, because we want that pumpkin to actually sit inside of the dish. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to spread these guys apart for a minute because we don't need them connected. Now, one of the downsides with this, you can see right here at the bottom that we're definitely going to have overhang here. So using all of the program or all the objects, all the abilities, sorry, that we can do in Bamboo, we're actually going to slice the bottom of this. Okay, so we can see right here that boom, oops. So this right here, you can see the lights or the white lines around the bottom. Now we can cut this. We don't need the bottom part, we just want the top part. And let's just keep the orientation of it. Okay, cool. So now you can see right here, we got a nice flat bottom. And we're also gonna need to do this with our dish here. So again, drag this down and you're gonna basically drag it into the point where you don't have any more, like you're only seeing the outline here. So boom, there we go. Nice, easy. We don't need the bottom part, but we're going to keep the orientation of the top part, perform cut, and then boom. We have our plate right here in front of us. So if we wanted to, we could actually print these separate and then glue them in. That's not really what I want to do. It's just not what I want to do. I just want to do it as one part. So if we center this part right here, and then we come over to the pumpkin over here, and we're going to center this part as well. Then on the left hand side where you got both of the objects, if you click from global over to objects and you want to merge them, what that does, it basically puts them both in the same plane. Okay, and then all we need to do is drag this guy up a little bit. So I'll say probably about there. Looks good to me. You could probably make him a little bit bigger, but also with this you can also resize the guy if you wanted to. Here we go. Now if we slice this, we can see if they're actually connected, and then from this point we now have ourselves a very cute dish. Is it connected? And boom, it is. Look at that, perfectly. Pumpkin slap bang in the middle. So let's make the pumpkin orange. And then we need to paint the top of it green. Let's just double check if that painted okay. Okay, so now that's painted, if we change that to a nice bold green, look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? That looks actually really cool. So with that slice, you can see that the tower behind actually stops the moment that it gets up to this high point here. So even though there's a load of white dots, it is all green. We have a few color overlaps, which is perfectly fine. So it is going to need to change filament colors, 6 times. I am happy with that. Okay, so here we are. We have our pumpkin all set up, ready to go. We have a base that's going to be nice and flat. The pumpkin sits inside of the actual dish perfectly fine as well. So it looks really clean in my opinion, and it looks really cool. So what I'm going to do now is go get some filament and send it to the printer, see how it goes. Train has finished, who is just down here. Let's have a look at what oh my god, it's amazing. Okay, so the reason why I put gloves on is, if you haven't seen my previous video, the reason why your build plate has problems sticking is purely just down to the, purely down to the fact that your grease from your mitts is actually the reason to cause the bed adhesion problems. That came off amazingly. That is awesome. So this right here, you can hear it a little bit. It does need a little cleanup, I think. I think what I might also do, actually I can take these off now. If I was to print it out again, or ready for the mass production, you can see on the top here, what you can see here, this ridging line, it has bits that are printed and aren't. It would be great if that was flat, like all around the edge here, because it will catch fabric and all of that kind of stuff, right? That's as close as I can get it. So yeah, you can see it like all along here. It's got a small amount of ridging problems. So when I basically take them apart again in the future, I will, well, when I go upstairs and sort it all out, I will actually just tidy that up. It doesn't matter for photos. So our next step is actually going to be photos and whatnot. There's a tiny bit of stringing. What I do basically is I have a heat gun here. I basically just have it so it points upwards. Leave it on for a second. And here we go. That is now a perfectly good dish. I'm not the biggest fan of the colors, and it's mainly because of the shininess of it, as you can see there. They are bold. I do like Elegoo. I do like Elegoo in total anyway. But I would like some little bit deeper, richer, matte orange, and maybe like a matte stem, just so it looks like a little bit more clayey, a little bit more, well, a matte finish instead of the finish that we got. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to try and get the missus' reaction to this when she comes home from work and see what she thinks of it. I want to get your reaction to it. Okay. So,
do you need to close my eyes?
Just don't look at it yet, you're fine.
Okay.
Alright. Okay. It's a ring holder.
You actually printed it off?
Yeah, so this is my design. So this was all made through AI.
Oh my god, wait, does this bit come? No. Oh, okay, this.
So it's not, you can't open it.
No.
Right? But it's a ring holder.
Oh my god, wait! Oh, okay.
So if you hold it up a little bit so they can actually see.
Sorry. Look. That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's
so we did it through, what's the Microsoft AI? Copilot.
Yeah.
So we used Copilot to come up with a design. Because I remember ages ago we were looking at making something like this.
Yeah.
And basically today, at the start of the day, we designed it in Copilot, used AI to then transfer it over to this, and it came out perfectly. A nice long stem so you can stack your rings up.
That is sick.
If you wanted to.
I love pumpkins.
Yeah, that's why I know we did it.
Anything pumpkin, I'm on it.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, that's sick.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
You happy with that, yeah? You got your approval, yeah?
Yeah, I got my approval on that.
Awesome.
Perfect.
In the next episode, what we're going to be doing is taking pictures of it. We're then going to be uploading it to our Shopify, and then we're also going to be uploading it to Etsy. I'm going to walk you through all the process, the way that I will take the photos, as well as coming up with, you know, the description, the title, meta tags, meta description, the Shopify tags, how to name the photos, all of that stuff. I'm going to be walking you through, and we are going to be using AI to help us write it. I am very dyslexic. I've got a G and an F in English. It's not the best. So I generally need to use AI to help me write these things. And then we're also going to use it to port over to Etsy. And if you've got TikTok or eBay, or if you're in America, Walmart and all that kind of stuff, it's very easy to port over into these other programs or websites as well. And I'm going to be walking you through how I use AI when it comes to also getting the correct algorithm for these other platforms as well. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you join our Discord. That is a link down in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I do reply to every single comment. I'm always going to be doing that, whether I've got 1 view or 1 million views or whatever happens, all that kind of stuff. But if you want to message me directly, make sure you join the Discord, and you can ask me direct, you know, closer than in a YouTube comment. But yeah, guys, you'll have a great one. I'm going to see you in the next video. Make sure you hit that sub button so you guys can see part 2. Ciao for now, guys.